Somewhere in the last 30 days, a buying committee at a company you'd love to close opened a thread like this one. Not your website, not your review profiles, not even your case studies that you spent 6 weeks preparing. A Reddit thread written by strangers with 76 upvotes and 152 comments arguing about which vendor is the best one and which one should avoid. And here's the part that should genuinely bother you, that your brand is being mentioned and you are not on Reddit. 737 million visits a month from search alone. That is above YouTube and Amazon. In fact, Reddit is second most cited source in all the AI platforms, just behind YouTube and ahead of Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Wikipedia, all of them. So when your buyer actually looks for a vendor, then there's a high probability that the answer that will show up to him will come from Reddit. In this video, I am going to give you our entire playbook that we do for our clients for free. And the other end, I'm going to tell you about 2 brands who tried to hack the system and failed miserably. So let's go. Why Reddit now? Reddit has always been in search because Google has signed a deal, $60 million a year, to train his AI on your data. In fact, Reddit now has its own SERP feature against which your mini blog will never going to be ranked. In fact, ChatGPT is also having a license with Reddit, so if you want to rank on ChatGPT, you should watch out for it. And Reddit itself has announced he is going to earn $203 million this year itself just from these AI licensing agreements. So it's not just about the deals, it's the infrastructure on which these AI gets trained is on Reddit. So it's not a trend, it's a supply chain. One well-placed thread can rank in Google, get cited by AI, and keep accumulating votes, influencing your customer all at the same time. That is a compound thread. Now B2B teams, if you are thinking Reddit is about gaming, sneakers, skincare, or in fact the end consumer, then it is a very expensive kind of wrong. Your ICP definitely has a subreddit. There could be a possibility that a B2C brand could be fighting for 15 million Reddit community, while you are going to fight for that 40,000 niche community. And those are the people who actually influences a decision. The economics are completely different. A $50,000 contract which get influenced by a simple Reddit profile or a query or a comparison is going to pay for a year-long hard work. The basics. You have to claim 3 assets for yourself. First one, the branded subreddit. For example, Notion, PS5, etc. This is the place where you are the ruler. You decide the rules. You can post about what your features are, how are you doing it, without any difficulty. Second asset, purely your brand name so that no one else can own that. And definitely an official account also. So the same approach is used by Ahref also. So you have a username and an official account name through which you can write posts. Asset 3, human facing accounts. These are real people with real history. For example, Feedback Panda's founder posted under Arvind Khel, an account active for 14 years accumulating karma. Now that is something which you cannot replace in a day. Pro tip, if you are going to create an account today and start posting randomly, get ready to be banned. And if you have an account with long history and lots of karma, it adds credibility to your account, right? My suggestion, if you are a brand and going to launch in future, like 6 months ahead, then claim your assets now. Because a 6-month account will be far more valuable than an account you create after 6 months. For B2B specifically, pick your humans carefully. Your best Reddit contributors are not your marketers. Those are your developers, executives, your fans, support leads. Just give these people 20 minutes a week and permission to be honest. Extract the information. So just go into this native search bar and write your query. Search your brand, category or core buyer question. Pick 3-4 Reddit threads. Let's take this one. Now go to the URL and just add .json. Now this is the raw data of that thread. Take this content, put this inside ChatGPT or any assistant of your choice. Ask 3 questions. What are the highest upvoted answers and what do they have in common? What question is repeated across this thread? What exact phrases do people use to describe the problem? Now here comes the golden nugget. Test your pages against these keywords, the title, the meta description, everything. Because this is the language used by people and not those jargons that your agency usually recommends. Find the right thread. Run this 5-point checklist before you start typing a single word in any of the thread. Is this thread alive? Check post timestamps and comment response rate. Does it allow brand participation? Check the rules for self-promotion bans or vendor requirements. Is the audience a real ICP match? High search volume in a subreddit of non-buyers is a distraction. Is the post still open? Logged or archive posts are common on subreddit, so check them. What is your existing footprint? You shouldn't repeat your messaging or different users are commenting the same thing. Just avoid it. Start the conversation. Somehow we just can't limit ourselves to only responding to the comments. We have to create content also for our users so that it can be helpful. Sometimes it's not about just joining the threads. It's about creating a thread that doesn't exist. But how? Go to your analytics, search for traffic that is coming from discussions and forums that are not Reddit. Now that is a nugget where you should focus on. Now let me give you 3 native formats that will survive on Reddit. The authentic human. So it could be a subject matter expert who is there to share values, help end users, and obviously with disclaimer that you are from the brand. The open question. So it's a peer level inquiry. For example, we are a 7-8 people team in commercial kitchen software based out of Delhi looking for help in SEO visibility. The technical AMA, hosted by the executive or founder with purely educational intent. Now a big disclaimer, never ask commercial intent question from one account and try to respond from another account. Communities spot such behavior immediately. Defending your name. Now, if a search result or AI threads shows that people are talking about you and their concerns are not addressed, now that gets exponential attention, which you also don't want. Now, there are 4 principles to tackle such issues. First one, respond with a human account and never with a brand account. Somehow, when a person replies from a company, it hits differently. Second, disclose your role upfront. Transparency is always better and is always appreciated on Reddit. Third, address substance, not sentiment. If the issue is genuine, then you should 100% address it directly. Never request post removal. Attempting to suppress legitimate feedback triggers community backlash. In fact, could damage trust completely. The graveyard. Reddit communities have this tendency that they are ready to expose brands who are not following the policies. First one, the astroturfing agency. In 2005, a marketing agency, Trap Plan, ran an astroturfing campaign for the game War Robots Frontier, publishing over 100 fake players and their comments on Reddit. So Reddit Games uncovered this pattern. In fact, the agency CEO was proudly highlighting this campaign of theirs, but had to remove every single post and a wider public backlash. Second, the burner account. So moderator of Indie Leads caught Verve label group running dedicated accounts just to promote its own music label, and obviously they were also caught and was banned from Reddit's verification program. Now a big concern, if agency gets caught, it's not the agency, it's the brand that gets banned. So ask your agency today, what methods are you following to get views on Reddit, and is this against the policy and can get me banned? Now if you want our help with not just Reddit, but with Instagram, Facebook, in fact the complete AI visibility, then you can always book a call with us. And if you like this video of ours, just give us a thumbs up. Till then, bye bye.